Nick Cannon was on HuffPost Live, I should say, talking about his friend Amanda Bynes. Now, Amanda Bynes is an actress that kind of, started going off the rails back in 2012. She was arrested for a DUI. She was arrested for 2 hit and runs. Recently, she also got arrested for another DUI, her second one. She also got arrested for marijuana possession and then tampering with evidence in Manhattan. She's put out a number of crazy tweets. And, the media has really had a field day with her, okay? She had to go in for psychiatric evaluation. She had to be admitted into a mental hospital as a result of this. At one point, a judge decided to grant her parents conservatorship because they were concerned that Amanda Bynes was not in the right mental state to make decisions about her own medical care. So she's dealing with mental health issues here. And tabloid magazines are ripping her apart. They're making fun of her. They're treating her as if she's a laughingstock. And Nick Cannon is like, why is this okay? Why do we treat people like this? Is it because she's a celebrity? Do we treat everyone like this if they're dealing with mental health issues? Let me give you his exact words. He says, if this was a person who was in a mental hospital, would you do the same thing? But just because she's someone that's a public figure, we feel like it's fun to make fun of her. But no, this is someone who needs help, and rightly so. She was getting help. And I'm pretty sure she'll continue to get help again. It's things you have to deal with your entire life, referring to, mental health issues. Mm-hmm. And I think he makes a good point. He's one of the few people who's actually come out publicly. And look, they're friends, so of course he's going to defend his friend, right? But he's one of the few people who's come out and said, we should not treat people like this just because they're public figures or just because they're celebrities. To be fair to people who have attacked her, she has sent out a number of tweets where she antagonizes people and frustrates people, and she's just constantly poking, right? Mm-hmm. But you have to be an adult and understand that she's not in the right state of mind, right? I feel like we get that kind of stuff all the time. If I spent my entire day responding back to all the crazy people who are trying to provoke me, then I would waste my entire day.
So the reason why people make fun of her is because it's really hard to distinguish her from the other celebrities who do not have mental issues but act in a very similar way anyway. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So where is the line between Lindsay Lohan, who is just an obnoxious prick, right, and Amanda Bynes, who we're worried has mental instability, right? And do you want to say that? Do you want to say, okay, Amanda Bynes is, look, honestly, to use normal language, is so crazy that we actually think she might be crazy, mm-hmm. so let's lay off of her. Whereas Lindsay Lohan isn't crazy, she's just a bitch, so we can make fun of her because she lives a life where she's got this great life, but she's enormously obnoxious and ungrateful about it, and treats other people like dirt, etc. If I can't make fun of her, then you can't make fun of anybody.
No, I get what you mean. And even with Lindsay Lohan, there was something going on. I'm not going to go so far as to say that she had mental health issues. She was addicted to drugs. Let's keep it real. She was addicted to cocaine. Mm-hmm. She also got into a DUI situation, was arrested, but spent no time behind bars as a result. So, that was a problem. But look, even with the Britney Spears thing, she had a very similar public meltdown. And I actually think back at the way I covered that story, and I kind of feel bad because she did have mental health problems.
No, see, that's a fair point. So let's make distinctions between the different people involved here. Mm-hmm. I see Amy Winehouse, the late Amy Winehouse, who had a lot of issues because of addiction. But throughout all those issues, she was never, in a way that was public, incredibly rude to people, mm-hmm. right? So then you felt bad making fun of her, and you should feel bad making fun of her. And if I look back at some of the videos, I'd probably feel bad because I'm sure that I probably said some things. We're looking back on it now that she's passed away that I'd feel terrible about,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
And so she wasn't she was never obnoxious like Lindsay Lohan was. She just had a problem. Britney Spears, when she cut her hair, that should have been a sign to all of us, a definitive sign to all of us. She's got mental health issues. Let's lay off here, right? On the other hand, when Paris Hilton does the nonstop, getting in trouble, DUIs, etc., and it's like, oh my God, and Lindsay Lohan, those are the people that you're supposed to knock down, right? We're supposed to comfort the afflicted, right? And in this case, quite literally, right? but also make the powerful uncomfortable. And Lindsay Lohan and Paris Hilton are the comfortable, are the powerful, and they rub people's face in it. So I'm not going to lay off those people at all.
Yeah, okay, so I agree with that distinction, and I'm glad that you made it. But another thing that I wanted to talk about is the reason why the press loves to tear these people down. Okay, when it comes to entertainment journalism, not all of it, but a lot of it. So we're talking about People Magazine, In Touch, whatever, all the other ones. They love to build celebrities up as much as they can. And they don't build them up because they're excited for their success. They can't wait to break them down because that's what sells their magazine. And I think it's sick.
I don't think that they do it on purpose. This is what I mean by that. It's not like they're unaware of the process and unaware of what happens. But I think on a micro level, on a day-to-day basis, when they're doing another story on Lindsay Lohan, they don't think, okay, great, let's build her up because then later we know that 2 weeks from now we'll tear her down. They just think it's going to help my ratings if I do, oh my God, Lindsay Lohan is great, Paris Hilton, amazing, Kim Kardashian is the best, right? And then, but once they're on their way down, that's also a good story that helps their ratings. So it just naturally happens because the cycle of entertainment and the storylines, etc. It's just, you need an adult to come in and say, let's not do that when we think it's a person that's undergoing some serious problems.
Exactly.
And look, in the beginning, there's no way to know that Amanda Bynes wasn't just an obnoxious brat, right?
That's true. Exactly. Right? Yeah. So,
but now I think Nick Cannon makes a good case, and it's fair to say, let's lay off.